Hello YouTube, Chrome Freak here. If you guys would just bear with me, just a few more videos maybe in this area and I'll have a new place to shoot. Just bear with me. Okay, I'm so excited today to talk about this, my favorite pistol as of right now. I love this 1911, but we cannot talk about the 1911 without talking a little bit about the history of it. So I'm going to bring up the name John Moses Browning, probably the biggest name in the history of firearms. Bar none. You can bring up Kalashnikov, Stoner, Garand, anybody you want. Nobody has influenced firearms like John Moses Browning. 47 years as an inventor, 128 gun patents. Everything from the pump action shotgun to the semi-auto shotgun to the 1911. Oh God, he put Winchester repeating arms on the map, period. Period. That name is just synonymous with guns. I mean, you can't talk guns without John Moses Browning. And I want to talk a little bit about the history of Springfield and let you guys know the Springfield of today is not the Springfield that's been around since 1794. In 1794, George Washington commissioned the arsenal at Springfield Armory, also Harper's Valley in Virginia. Harper's Valley was destroyed in the Civil War. Now, Springfield Armory in 1794 all the way to 1968 was an entity of our government. Under controversy, it was closed in 1968. And the property there actually is now a museum run by the National Park Service and a technical college. And that's a great thing for the technical college because that fits right in with the technologies of firearms that were developed there. Unbelievable. Anyway, in 1974, a man named Robert Reese acquired the name Springfield Armory. And the cat's coming up here, get down. And I gotta say, he's done him proud. His sons are now running the business, Springfield Armory. And they've done the name proud, but it is not in any way, shape, or form connected to the Springfield Armory that was part of our government and made weapons forever. With that being said, I've got one beef with Springfield Armory, that they've taken the labor part of putting these pistols together and they've moved it out of country. This pistol was made in Brazil. The XDMs are made in Croatia. They are headquartered in the U.S. I just wish that they would make their guns in the U.S. again. I really do. However, with that said, and like I said, they have done the name proud in quality. And they continue to make the M14 clones, the M1911 A1, and the Garands, and so on. And they're a great company, they really are. But I gotta tell you, on the tag that even came on the trigger guard of this since 1794, that is a bit misleading and it's not right, and I think they should stop that, in my opinion. Now let's go ahead and delve into this pistol, which happens to be my favorite pistol. Like I said, very excited to do this show and tell, not really a review. I've got 400 rounds through this now. I've got 350 rounds of white box, Winchester white box, full metal jacket, ball ammo. And I wanted to put some true hollow points in it. So I got some red dots, and guess what? They fed perfectly, 50 rounds. I wanted to keep one magazine full of them to bring them home, to keep them with the gun for self-defense, but I was so excited shooting it and having such a good time, I went ahead and pumped them all out. I've got literally one magazine of full metal jackets left here, ball ammo, the Winchester white box, so I got to get some. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the pistol now. We're going to safety check. And there went a snap cap. I'm in the habit of having these snap caps in there. I'm a true believer in them. It's not going to hurt the gun to pull the trigger without them, but why not put something in there that's going to give the gun something to cushion? It's good for the trigger, it's good for the slide, it's good for the gun. And that's what I do. I keep a snap cap in there. Let's go ahead and safety check again, and we are clear, safe direction, and pull the trigger. This gun has an empty weight. I don't like doing the empty weights, but it's the only one I could find, of 39 ounces. I'm probably going to say add another 7 or 8 with a full 7-round magazine, give or take a couple. It's got a 5-inch barrel, an 8.5-inch overall length, including the beaver tail on the bottom of the grip. It's got a 5.5-inch height. The gun is all forged steel, the frame, the slide, and the barrel. Now the experts on 1911s, I've done a lot of studying and reading on 1911s here lately. I just love them. I've fallen in love with this platform. I really have. They call this gun about 95 to 96% true to what it was. It's a clone of the World War II 1911 A1. And they got it right. The front sight is a little bit bigger and fatter. It's got a little bit larger ejection port to it. The grips are obviously not the same. The metals being new metal, by the way, the metals of today are better than the metals of World War II, so you can actually call it a little bit better pistol. The coloration, the Parkerized finish on this gun is not the same they had in World War II. They had that greenish, grayish military finish that everybody knows so well. It's got a lanyard loop. Oh, also, you can't really tell by looking at it, but it's got a very, very small beveled magazine well on it, flared just a little bit. I mean, you can't even tell, but it is flared a little bit more, and that is not true to military spec, and neither obviously is the lock. It comes with a lock right here in the mainspring housing, and when the two holes, you'll see two holes in there, I know you can't see it from here, are up, the gun is unlocked. You'd have to keep the trigger all the way up, turn them till they're horizontal, and then it would be locked. Maybe it's a good thing for kids, you know, if you got kids around the house, but I will probably never use that. It does come with a little tool that you would stick into this hole here that would hold the mainspring in the housing here. It goes right in the housing. It will hold the main spring as you dismantle it to keep it from shooting out and shooting and hitting you in the eye with it. Or whatever the case may be. It's got a true to form military spec guide rod and spring. What else was it? The spur hammer, 19 vertical serrations, slide serrations. That is true to form. It's got the lanyard loop, like I said. And that's about it. And that makes it about 96, like I said, about 96% true to form. With that being said, this pistol to me, I can't explain it. Every gun owner knows. Everybody has their favorite pistol. Now, I shoot my Glocks more than I shoot anything, and that's probably going to continue to be that way. But there's just something. It's like having a Ferrari parked in the garage and you drive your Ford truck every day. That's kind of what I feel like. This is my Ferrari parked in the safe. You grip this pistol, and just the natural point of the aim on it, just the way it feels in your hand, is phenomenal. I can give my opinion. I have enough rounds that this is a very reliable pistol. The tolerances are very forgiving. You know, you got the upper end 1911s, the tolerances are very slim in them, and it makes a very accurate pistol. You loosen those tolerances up a little bit, and it gives you a little bit more reliable pistol. You lose a little accuracy. But for somebody like me, a new 1911 owner, this is the pistol, I believe, and I highly recommend it. With the pistol, you also get a magazine holster. It's not the greatest in the world. It will do the job. They're actually meant to be pointed at each other like that, and that's how they slip in nicely. Loosen up the spring a little bit more. I point them in opposite directions, so when I grab an extra magazine and I go to feed it into the mag well, they're going to be pointed the same direction every time. The magazines have been, I've had no problem with these factory magazines, not one, even with the hollow points. I am going to buy a couple of better magazines, and it comes with a useless holster, to be honest with you. It's about 1.5 inches for your belt loop. It's useless, it really is. But the pistol itself, let's go ahead and lock it back, is just beautiful. And the wear is starting to come onto the barrel at the end also. Just a close-up look at the pistol. I love it, I really do, point it at me. And I just think it's beautiful. And in my opinion, especially new 1911 owners, this is a very good starter 1911, and for those who love collectability and can't get a original World War II, well, this is probably the pistol for you. I love it. I highly recommend it, and I'm glad I have it. I was really excited about doing this so-called review, and I hope you enjoyed it. I thank you for watching. I thank all my subs. Everybody comment, please, and good night.